Meanwhile, some 2020 Democrats have very expensive taste. The campaign filings of a few presidential candidates are raising eyebrows following the latest round of FEC spending disclosures. Joining us right now to disclose some of them, a few of the most bizarre expenditures, Conservative Partnership Institute Policy Director Rachel Bovard joins us from our nation's capital. Rachel, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, so these are some crazy numbers. Where do they come from?
Well, they come from FEC filings. People comb through these reports to find exactly examples like this, crazy spending on all kinds of things.
Okay, so let's start with the front runner right now. According to the polls on the Democratic side, Joe Biden says paella, he paid $12,000. That's a lot to shell out, isn't it?
That is a ton. And for Joe Biden, paella may be the new arugula. If you remember Obama complaining about the price of arugula in 2007, well, Joe Biden's got a lot of paella on his hands, and he may be asking, per Seinfeld, what am I going to do with all this paella?
No kidding. Meanwhile, Bernie Sanders, you know, a man of the people, it turns out he's a millionaire, campaign swag, $751,000 worth of what?
Yeah, all kinds of campaign swag, hats, T-shirts, buttons, stickers. Obviously, he should have been spending this money paying his staff, who have now unionized against him. But more than that, I went on his campaign website. We still have to pay for this swag, and it's like, Bernie, free healthcare, free college. Where's our free swag? Stop holding out on us.
No kidding. All right, John Delaney, he's back in the single digits when it comes to the polls. But when it comes to buying a cake, John Delaney spent $700.
Yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to help John Delaney unless he's jumping out of the cake. I'm not sure it's really going to help his poll numbers. So good luck to him.
All right. And finally, the final one we're going to talk a little bit about is Marianne Williamson. She made a movie, a self-help movie service, $2,000. What was that about?
Well, whenever the question is about Marianne Williamson, my answer is just yes. She is on a journey of national discovery in front of the country, and I am here for it. So well, good luck, girl.
Yeah, no kidding. Some of the other expenditures, Joe Biden spent, according to this Politico article, over $100,000 on a launch ad that they never used. Why would he waste that much money?
Yeah, well, you know, when you're the front runner and you're rolling in cash, I guess you can just pick which $100,000 video you want to run. But yeah, not necessarily fiscally responsible. I think his donors might have something to say about that.
Yeah. When you look at these numbers, what comes to mind for you?
Well, what's interesting is that you see a lot of these candidates just railing against these big companies on the campaign trail, but then using their services. Bernie Sanders is a great example. He rails against Amazon constantly. So does Elizabeth Warren. But those two campaigns have the highest number of dollar amount of spending on Amazon. So same thing about Facebook. They want to break up those companies, but then spend millions of dollars on Facebook ads.
Sure. I see Joe Biden spent about $250,000 on private jet travel. Pete Buttigieg, $300,000 on private jet travel. Of course, it's different when you're the president of the United States because you have the assets of Air Force One at your disposal as well. But how do these campaign expenses compare to the Trump campaign expenses?
Well, I think I would point out that a lot of these candidates who rail on us about climate change, say don't drive those big SUVs, don't reduce your jet travel, are then jetting around the country in private planes and SUVs. So I will say at least the Trump campaign was clear. They weren't hypocrites on this issue.
Well, and I see Cory Booker spent $500 to fix a car, so at least he's not flying around the country.
Yeah, let's hope that wasn't a poor staffer that got fired for wrecking the candidate's car.
Is that what happened?
I don't know, but I wouldn't want to be that staffer if it was.
No kidding. All right, Rachel Bovard, Policy Director, Conservative Partnership Institute. Thank you very much for giving us some facts behind the numbers. Thank you.
My pleasure.